Happy Aries super full moon. It is happening on October 6th. I'm recording this in the very last minute, but tonight around 11:47 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, moon will reach 14 degrees and 8 minutes of Aries, and it will oppose the sun in Libra. Aries energy is the warrior energy. It is the warrior. It is the boldness. It is the courage, right? It is this very action oriented energy that the Aries hold. Aries energy can be impulsive, very initiative, but Aries hold this essence of pioneer, right? It is this essence of I am here to claim what I want and get what I want, kind of that energy. And then also Aries energy holds this essence of like dignity and empowerment, right? Aries is the sign that rules the emperor card. So it holds this emperor, kind of a king warrior energy, this Aries energy archetype, right? So this full moon is always a culmination point. Where was the Aries new moon? Is the last Aries new moon is the point where some kind of a seed was planted. Now is the blossoming time, but that seed of the Aries new moon happened on March 29th earlier this year. And then that was the new moon that happened at 19 degrees of Aries, and that was the solar eclipse. We had multiple, right, back-to-back eclipses that happened between the Libra and Aries axis. And that March 29th one was the final eclipse that happened around this axis. So now is the culmination point even of the past few years, and whatever that happened around in March, at the end of March, April, this is the point that this moon, this super full moon, is shedding a light on that Aries house, right? Individual, different chart. We have a different house that's ruled by Aries, but that's where we want to pay attention to. And now we see some things clearer, some hidden energies, some outdated beliefs, some energies that we haven't been able to process. This is the point, this bold, courageous Aries super moon is asking us to, take an action. This is the full moon of initiate change. No more procrastination, no more feeling stuck, no more choosing to stay stuck, right? No more feeling lost even. Like it's like this Aries energy is so strong. Aries energy is I amness, right? Every sign has different theme associated with it, but Aries is I right? I feel like this full moon is really asking us, who am I now? We've gone through tremendous changes, not only this year, but the past few years, and now in way more accelerated rate since the fall equinox, since after the eclipse season. The speed of expansion of this collective consciousness is like no other ever before. So there is no time to keep kind of feeling stuck or like timid, being timid to initiate. Oh, because of this, because of the reason. Oh, because I'm worried about this, I'm fearful of this. This full moon is shaking us up and telling us to wake up in a way. I feel like that kind of fiery energy is here. Fire is the essence of spirit. Our spirit is trying to wake us up, choosing not to get stuck in the mind, right? Because mind is a very strong energy under this full moon, because right before the moon reaches to that full moon, Mercury ingresses into 0 degrees of Scorpio. Any planets at 0 degrees holds a mission. Zero is a portal. Zero is the number which holds infinite potentiality, infinite possibilities. This is an open field we are entering into under this full moon, and the open field is in the mind. This full moon is trying to let the old program be deleted, right? The Scorpio, it's the transformation of the mind, of who we thought we were, our identity, our idea of humanness, our idea of what we are capable of achieving or not. Everything is shifting because the old idea, old concepts, old foundation that has that we have depended on so far is crumbling. This is just like it's crumbling, period. In a way, right? Like there's so many things ending, and that ending is so important because there is this speed. The ascension process is speeding up. The expansion of consciousness, the speed of that is speeding up, right? There is and the it's our we have to, this is a time that we are no longer choosing to use our mind, calculate everything, plan out everything, and um you know hitting the bridge before crossing. No more of that. We are being guided and invited to follow our heart, follow our passion, follow our love, right? The Mercury in Scorpio, Mars is the ruling planet of this full moon because Mars rules Aries. Mars is really in a powerful point at 10 degrees of Scorpio. 10 also is the wheel of fortune. 1 plus 0 is 1. It's the magician number, right? And that Mars is the energy that is holding a very, very strong stance. And this Mars, because Mars is at home in Scorpio, it's the depth, it is the alchemy, it is the mystery, deep inner mystery and magic. This is the full moon that we are claiming our power. We are claiming a new identity. I am that God. I am that fractal of God, of the universe, of the infinite eternity. And then I am the invincible, impeccable, indestructible essence of immortal, radiant divinity in the spirit. And then I am that. If I was God, how would I act? How would I think? How would I present myself? How would I walk down the street? What would I do? What would be my priority? And I am just following that. It's like you declaring, right? Everything is going super good. And then I hold no doubt about it because I know my power. That's the spirit of this full moon. Our mind is going to continue to focus on what we are lacking, what we are missing, all the reasons and excuses of why I cannot do this, why it cannot happen because of this, because of that, all the logical ideas and this and that. And when we are stuck in that mental space, but what if, or I don't know how to, or all those ideas that our mind bring up to our awareness, those makes us feel stuck and heavy and not good, right? Because those ideas are far away from the nature of our own spirit. Our higher power lies within our spirit. The spiritual truth is we are capable of doing anything if we know it. If we deeply know who we are, there is nothing that we cannot achieve. I truly believe. So if we are doubting ourselves, our abilities, and this and that, that mindset is far away from that God spirit consciousness. So it makes us not feel good. If it makes us feel heavy, it makes us feel stuck. So this is the time that we want to pay close attention to that narrative that is repeating in our head. And then, if those ideas come up, it's time to ask, is that true for me now? Maybe that was true for me 10 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe. But is it true, or does that idea fit me now, who I am now? Because we are changing in a massive speed, and our consciousness is expanding because the universe itself is expanding, right? So the whole entire universe is asking us to claim that divinity as our identity and dream big now. Be the pioneering, it's the Aries energy, be the pioneers of that new world, new age, new everything. So we want to be crystal clear of what we want now, true deepest desire, because the Mars energy, the Scorpio energy is all about desire, and this Mercury at 0 degrees of Scorpio is speaking to that Neptune, which has been sitting at 0 degrees of Aries for a while. Neptune will dip back into Pisces a day after that next new moon that's happening on the 21st. And this Neptune and Uranus speaking in sextile, finger of God, another finger of the divine, the cosmos, pointing its finger to Mercury, and it's showing us all the magic is in the mind, in our psyche. Know our power that lies within, and just start claiming it, right? It's just like no more doubt, no more excuses, no more logical, no more needing to have this logical like backup. Oh, prove what? Prove that we are a magician. Prove how we are alchemists. Can you prove how this universe is existing? No, we cannot prove how this whole thing called this universe, multiverse, this eternal, ever expanding void of nothingness. There is no way our tiny human brain can understand how and why and what the heck, or like we don't know. And it's time to be okay in the unknown, but claim it. You know what I mean? The more that we claim it, the more that we become the embodiment of it, we become it. The more that you claim that you are the magician, Mercury rule the energy, the magician card, right? Uranus is the energy that rules the Fool card. Neptune is the energy that rules the Hangman. All those energies, the magician, the hangman, the fool, this is a new journey. These three cards are coming together to walk the path of enlightenment and awakening, and the new journey is starting now. I feel like this full moon is really shedding light on things that we have to focus on, what is our own priority, and that priority should be our heart, what feels good, and just start moving away from what doesn't feel good. Take it lightly. Don't get emotionally, energetically involved too much to those things and situations that drain us. We can like mentally put a barrier, right? So that those situations or those people cannot take our power away. And then even by you setting up that kind of mental barrier, mental boundary line, the shield can be created so that you start to get drained less. And this full moon also is, this Jupiter is creating a wide orb T square with the sun and moon. So there is support from that Jupiter. There is light shedding. And this Jupiter is coming in to create the water triangle soon. It's that energy is coming up. So there is magic and mystery and in all the ties and the currents of essence, some weird things are happening. Undescribable things are happening in the etheric realm. And I do believe that energies, all the energies are guiding us home. And then I know that through this craziness, we are birthing the new world. We are wakening up, and then really more of us are wakening up to our heart and passion and true power of humanity. And then we are ready to change the system, change everything. There is no way that things are gonna keep going bad because more of us are wakening up, and we gotta stay awake and choose not to let that power system control to take over our freedom. We gotta stay strong. All that we have to keep not bringing our power to that darkness and to that corruption and to that chaos, but we gotta keep imagining our world filled with harmony, filled with peace, filled with love and laughter and ease, because the more that we imagine that that that's the seed of our creation. That's how we create. So may we keep being the embodiment of love and keep vibing in the frequency of kind of like this victory. Victorious, yes. Yes, the world is going great. Whoa, I cannot wait for that beautiful emergence of the new world to happen. I want to be a living witness of that. Like, stay excited, right? Because that energy of excitement is the energy of love and an energy of goodness and godliness. So may we let that energy expand under this beautiful, potent Aries full moon. May we be the spiritual warriors. Um, I don't necessarily like to see this as the battle between the dark and light, and then we have to be these warriors of light and fight against. No, there is nothing to fight against. We reject fighting against, right? That's how we create peace, and that's how we navigate through the energy. So we are not going to continue to resist against each other to create tensions, but we create peace in totally different ways. We're not repeating the same way that we've done for years and hundreds of years. We are ready to create peace in a total new different ways, because that's what this whole new world is about. We are doing something completely different, and we gotta take it as an experiment and implement that energy individually in our own life. And then, so when this energy expands, we can collectively move the mountain. I do believe. Yes. Thank you so much for listening. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you.